Week 2 of the PCS PUBG Europe group stage is here. Can Omaken maintain the lead, or is this the second chance the lower teams have been looking for to finally get ahead? Stay tuned to find out more.
Hey peeps, I'm Skeletoris and welcome back to the channel. But if you're looking to level up your gameplay, then hit that subscribe button along with the bell so we can advance to the next level together.
Week 1 saw Omaken absolutely dominate the group stage, but what was more exciting for me was watching some previously unknown teams getting the upper hand. Teams such as El Giganton, who smashed their way into day 2 with 2 wins, and Entropic, who made an aggressive name for themselves. We also saw Razor Edge and Ents struggling in week 1, although Ents did start to play more aggressively on day 3. Let's hope they can keep up that momentum and find themselves in the top 16. If you have missed any of my EU PCS roundup videos, then you can catch those just here. Let's see how the teams get on in the first game of the day. Misfits are the first team to lose a player. As they try to leave Los Leones, Entropic spray them down and Zeron loses control of his vehicle. Another Misfit player tries to help out by giving a friendly bump, but instead Zeron has to jump out of the car to avoid Entropic's shots. Unfortunately, multiple players are shooting at him and Zeron goes down. Unity pull up on Wildcat but are very slow in getting to cover. She Created quickly knocks Stanamon and gets a nade onto Set as he goes for the revive. Orange is trying to get an angle onto Unity but is flanked by Rupture. As the last man standing for Unity, Hurizin tries to avoid a conflict and uses the not widely used holes in the building floors to escape. Unfortunately, it's not quick enough and Wildcats are able to spray down his escape vehicle and Unity are the first team to fall in day 4. Fate has a patient shot onto Iru as he gets into a vehicle and Vard is taken out by the rest of Better Luck Next Time as he tries to ride through between them. TSM go out in 15th place to Better Luck Next Time. Ents are having a good start to day 4 as they aggressively take on El Giganton and take them out. It is good to see that they aren't having the same issues as week 1. They end up taking on the Nuclear Penguins at the edge of the zone outside of Los Leones, and both teams are able to get knocks onto the other. But someone on the Nuclear Penguins team must spot Diggory on his own, and they start showering utilities onto him. They then push up as one and take Diggory out. Ents then decide it's time to back off, but the Nuclear Penguins chase them down. Ents do get a number of knocks onto the Nuclear Penguins, but in the end the Penguins take them out in 11th place. Tornado Energy and Omaken are to the west taking shots at each other, but Omaken, who dominated week 1, are having none of it and aggressively push Tornado Energy to eliminate them. The Wildcats find themselves in trouble as they take shots from Northern Lights and Omaken, while struggling to find cover and get to the zone. They can't handle the two teams and are out in 5th place. Omaken find themselves sandwiched between Better Luck Next Time and Northern Lights, but find a knock onto both teams. Vasku gets caught in the blue and goes down to zone, but the Nuclear Penguins steal the point whilst Better Luck Next Time take out Page, and Omaken are quickly down to 1 man. Vasku tries to wait out the game for positional points and ends up denying his point to the blue. In Phase 8, the last 3 teams all need to get into the zone, but the Nuclear Penguins have the best position in the south. They are able to get into the zone using the cover of a ridgeline, whereas the other 2 teams have to move in the open towards them. As Northern Lights and Better Luck Next Time move into the zone, the Nuclear Penguins get a knock onto them. Northern Lights get the res, but Better Luck Next Time have to leave their player down, and Scooby eventually gets an angle to take out the last player, who fall in 3rd place. That means it comes down to Northern Lights and the Nuclear Penguins, who both have a full squad. The Nuclear Penguins still have the best position with good terrain cover. Deep tries to better their odds and finds an angle onto Zorf, but Bogart immediately finds Perfectix. The Nuclear Penguins knock the next 2 players very quickly, making it a 3v1, and they know where the last player is. The Nuclear Penguins come out on top and finally show why they came first in their region open qualifier. At the start of the day, the Nuclear Penguins had 32 points, but they managed 22 points in 1 game and climbed 6 places. On to game 2, and it is very slow start to the game. Omaken have a hard time rotating to zone as Wasted Potential catch out Vasku. Another is lost to the Nuclear Penguins outside of Los Leones and Page down to Ents. It seems Omaken are finding it difficult in week 2 to carry over from the week before. They may be secure at the top and are guaranteed to qualify for the finals, but can they keep the top spot 2 weeks in a row? Misfits makes things hard for themselves as Zeron blows up his own teammates, taking out an already knocked Danilo. Better luck next time, push up on them, but Zeron is able to knock Fate and Ents help out Misfits by knocking Faultlessly. Artix is left to res the team, which takes the heat off Zeron for a while, but not for long. Fuzzface comes up behind and takes him out, and Faultlessly finds a grenade onto Dulik, and Misfits are the first team out in Game 2, who are shortly followed by the Nuclear Penguins. I know Team Liquid like to split up to cover different angles, but this allows Uber to surprise Jeans. Unfortunately, Unity also get a knock onto Mexi, leading K-Mine to hold off 3 Unity players while Ibby gets the res. Once healed, Mexi sets up an Overwatch position to help out K-Mine while Ibby holds back to protect their flank from Uber. This ends up being Team Liquid's downfall as Ibby is too far away to help out when they are in trouble. Unity knock Mexi, which gives them the room to push K-Mine, and Team Liquid are down to 1 player. Ibby does take out Uber in the end, but Unity sweep the edge of the circle and Team Liquid are out in 4th. The final 3 teams are Unity, Entropic and El Giganten, all open qualifier teams. The circle is in a very similar position from the previous game, and El Giganten have the best position to the east with most of the terrain cover. Entropic prevent Unity from getting to the zone, but this allows Gaxi and Vax to peel away from the team to flank them. Gaxi takes out the first Entropic player and Vax gets the other. El Giganten know where the last player is, but Horizon doesn't like the 4v1 odds and ends up denying the point to the blue, and El Giganten win Game 2. A much better game for them than Game 1, which they admit in their post-match interview, saying mistakes were made but they then managed to fix them. A lot of teams after that game move up 1 spot in the leaderboard, and El Giganten move up 2 after their win. Unity move up 3 places, closer to that all-important top 16, but Entropic now have more than 100 points, meaning they have pretty much secured a spot in the finals. Just before we go into the next game on Miramar, it would be great if you could hit that like button just below this video. It really helps out the channel by letting YouTube know it is something you enjoy, but it also encourages me to keep making more of the same. Into Game 3 then, and Team Liquid seem to have Digital Athletics movements memorized as they set up a trap that takes out Sixmo. This top tier team showing what it takes to be considered one of the best. Fuzzface is on his own in a compound in the northwest and finds himself up against 3 players from Unity. He takes out the first, who doesn't expect him to be there. He then defends his ass off, taking advantage of his utilities to hold off the 2 Unity players. Set pushes up the stairs, but Fuzzface gets the better of him, and it looks like Fuzzface will come out on top, but as he is healing, a grenade bounces by him and he is knocked. Tornado Energy though deal a bigger blow to Unity by stealing the point, and all Unity's hard work was for nothing. TSM, Misfits and El Giganten find themselves in a 3-way fight in the northeast. El Giganten have players knocked by both teams, but Gaxi manages to knock 2 Misfits players before going out to the blue in 16th place. I've said this before, but I see it time and time again. This is the 2nd game in a row now that sees the winners of the previous game go out in 16th place. Is there something to this? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Could it be that these teams go into the next game overconfident, or are they perhaps losing focus in the present game because their head is still in the game before? Anyway, TSM and Misfits then focus on each other, but perhaps for a bit too long, as Miracle struggles to make it into the zone and ends up denying his point once Omaken start taking shots at him. And it is a similar fate for Misfits as Zembri goes out to Northern Lights while still in the blue. The final 4 teams are Team Liquid, Omaken, Ents and the Nuclear Penguins. Team Liquid have had this compound since Phase 4 and is in the best position. They have good hard cover in the buildings and an excellent view of their surroundings, their only blind spot being a ridgeline just south of them. Omaken look to find somewhere safe to the north and lose Page on the rotation. Ents find Genty as Omaken try to get a better position, and T-Bone decides to deny his point instead of losing it to Team Liquid. The last Omaken player is hiding in the mountain, just holding out for placement. He denies his point and Omaken are out in 3rd. The compound Team Liquid hold remains the centre of the circle in Phase 7, which makes it hard for the other teams. All Team Liquid have to do is ensure no one can get close and let the other teams battle it out for position. Ents then bomb it straight to the ridgeline just below Team Liquid, their only blind spot. They are also gifted the crate and things look a lot better for Ents and they seek out the final Nuclear Penguin player, leading the game between Team Liquid and ENCE. K-Mind has as much height advantage as possible on top of the compound, and is able to laser Rust and Mar in the face. K-Mind has spotted another 2 ENCE players and gets a fantastic molly straight onto them both, knocking Tixu. 3 of the Team Liquid players then push Diggory, throwing utilities near him and getting the knock. It's now a 4v1 and Squeaky has nowhere to go. Team Liquid know roughly where he is, and even his smoke can't help him as K-Mind finds him and Team Liquid win the match. That win sees Team Liquid move up to 3rd place, and Ibby explains a few things about their strategy in the post-match interview. Firstly, the play at the beginning of the game was intentional against Digital Athletics. He also elaborated on the split meta, and he said how a lot of EU teams are now doing this. I think this enables teams to take control of a larger area, gaining multiple angles on other teams, and can ensure a safe place when a zone shifts. What was also interesting about this game was the fact that FaZe went out in 7th place, but they still managed to come 2nd because they were able to pick up 10 kill points, and this is why the top teams are doing so well. Even in a game where they don't manage to get the best placement points, they are still racking up the kills, and the high placement points from 1st, 2nd or 3rd are actually just a boost. And let's give a quick shout out for ENCE before we go into the next game, who are finally up in 16th place. Things are looking up for them, but will they keep their focus and stay up in the top 16 for the rest of the weekend? Game 4 is a chaotic one. Most teams land on the east side of the map, and the first circle appears in the southwest. As they are rotating, Entropic heads straight at Omaken and are lucky not to lose a player. Instead, they manage to knock and flush T-Bone, and Omaken decide to back out of the fight. But Entropic smell blood and chase them down and find themselves another point. Entropic living up to that aggressive reputation. They group up and move out again, but this time run into Digital Athletics, who catch them off guard. Double and Nawek go down quickly, and Sixmo finds Regibirdo. It looks like Digital Athletics have the upper hand and will win the engagement, but ENCE are behind them and they want some third-party action. Sixmo goes down to ENCE, and Digital Athletics are now on the back foot as Hawkeye lands a grenade that steals the point and knocks Smash. Mer is the last player for Digital Athletics, but it's in the sight of Diggory, and DA go out in 16th place. Entropic use this opportunity to make their escape into the field, but this is just as dangerous. They are shot at from all directions, and when they finally stop, Better Luck next time have an easy angle onto them and take them out. TSM crash in with multiple vehicles, and although Omaken do knock one out of the UAZ, it doesn't stop the cars from mowing them down. ENCE try to send it to the centre of the zone, but lose 2 in a vehicle explosion lit up by Northern Lights. Northern Lights then sweep their way through the eastern side of the circle and come up against Team Liquid. Battlins first gets Mexi and then pushes up to find K-Mind and Jeans. They then go on a hunt for Ibby, who has backed off and becomes one with the grass. This doesn't end well for him though, and Team Liquid go out in 4th place. TSM focus on keeping Better Luck next time at bay, while Vard uses an off angle to take out Northern Lights. He then centres up to support his team, and the game comes down to TSM and Better Luck next time. Better Luck next time try to spread out, but are pressured by the blue to their backs. They do well against TSM, and both teams get knocks. But when Better Luck next time get their second knock onto Fex, it should have been their time to push up hard, but instead Vard gets the res and is allowed to heal up. Both sides continue to pound at each other, and Better Luck next time get a knock onto Iru, but again don't push up to take the advantage, and Iru is rezzed. It went from what was basically a 1v2 as a TSM player has to back off to res Iru to a 3v2 in TSM's favour. Each team get another knock, and it's 2v1 for TSM. And it's Miraku who secures the win. TSM came first positionally, but Northern Lights got 15 kills and comes first on points. More proof that high kill games are what matter. TSM managed 8 kills, and in their interview Iru explains that in the old Erangel the game would have been a lot different because there was no cover in the fields and the only option for teams would have been to crash the shacks, but the new terrain meant that the game was quiet for them after their YOLO crash into Omaken. After that game, Omaken are knocked out of first place for the first time in the competition. FaZe have the same points but must have more kills. Into the next match, and it's a melee circle straight away, and ENCE have a long journey to zone, having landed in Severny. They're not the only team that have far to go, and we see a lot of teams moving early. TSM want space in the southeast and drive through Team Liquid and FaZe, narrowly missing Uber, but there must be something the pro teams know, as the 3 top teams are in the southeast area. Their experience shows as the zone shifts and they are all in the centre of the zone, but there are still 16 teams and less than 1 square kilometre for them all to be in. The Nuclear Penguins are close to Omaken and they try to sneak up behind. The Nuclear Penguins lose Zorf and Scooby, but Bugger pulls a great spray to take out 2 Omaken players, but is then found by Vaxu, and the last Nuclear Penguin goes down and out to FaZe, but not before he gets Vascu. FaZe are aware that Omaken are weak and push up on their last player. Gustav knows just where he is and takes out Page with a nice nade. Team Liquid then go up against FaZe, taking care of 2 of their players. Mexi tries to flank down to the south and flushes Fuzzface, but this tells the rest of FaZe where he is and 80 gets the knock onto Mexi. If he had just been a little more patient, he could have secured 3 extra points instead of just the 1. This leaves K-Mine the last man standing for Team Liquid. Better luck next time find the final Unity player, but Entropic swarm up and overwhelm Better luck next time, leaving the lone snakes of Team Liquid and FaZe to take on the entire Entropic squad. But Hawkey knows where 80 is and Double goes to take him out. 80 gets the better of him and picks up the point. He is eventually found by Hawkey as he tries to go prone behind a bush. K-Mind is working his butt off in the other side of the zone, and 80's distraction helps him keep Entropic at bay. He manages to knock Nowik and it's a 2v1. K-Mine has a lot of cover, but Entropic have the numbers. K-Mine catches Regibido out in the open and goes to take out Hawkey, but he doesn't realise he needs to reload, and it ends up an easy kill for Hawkey. Had K-Mine reloaded, this could have been an epic win for Team Liquid. Instead, it was a good effort from them, but Entropic get the win. Back at the desk, Kalaris has once again forgot to unmute himself.
Should we tell James he's muted?
Oh, I was muted again. No, wasn't I?
He should probably put a post-it note on his screen as a little reminder. That win sees Entropic move up to 5th place and Unity move up to 17th, so close to that top 16. Let's see what the last game has in store to finish off day 4. It's not a good start for Tornado Energy as Melman gets caught without a gun and is chased down by Fate. Omaken pull up on FaZe and instead of charging through the door, which would be easier for FaZe to defend, they wrap around the side of the building to the open garage and take care of Uber. Uber does knock one of the Omaken players, but the close support ensures the knock onto Uber and the res can be complete. FaZe are caught outside of the zone and are held back by Tornado Energy. Ents can also see FaZe, but 80 and Fuzzface take out their 2 remaining players, allowing them to focus on Tornado Energy. They attempt to smoke their path in, but Example finds 80 and Fuzzface runs straight into Team Liquid. This last game comes down to Team Liquid and Tornado Energy. Tornado haven't had a great start to the tournament, really need this to be in with a chance to get to the PCS Charity Showdown finals. It's a 2v3 in their favour, but Team Liquid have better position near the centre of the last circle. Tornado Energy sweep the eastern side of the circle and Mexi can't quite see Aliag move to his left and is quickly punished for it, and it's the downfall of Team Liquid. K-Mine rushes in and manages to get a knock and flush onto Quizzy before Example can win the match. Not only did they win, they dominated, getting 15 kills, and this from a team with 3 men from the start of the game. That's the end of the first day of week 2, and we can already see some big movements from some of the teams. Tornado Energy have jumped up 8 places from 19th to 11th place. They only need 20 points in their next day to secure that final spot, but are still in with a chance if they don't manage that. Both FaZe and Liquid are now ahead of Omaken, who haven't really been in the spotlight this day. Ents have kept up their momentum, and it's good to see them climbing 6 places to 12th place. Another team that I had expected to do well in week 1 was the Nuclear Penguins, and they have stepped up their game today, climbing ever so close to that top 16. They have one more day to play, so it will be interesting to see if they can make it. The top 9 teams have pretty much secured their spot in the finals, with Better Luck Next Time and El Gigantum only needing a couple of placement points and a few kills just to be sure. Teams above 18th place need between 20 and 30 points, but any team below that needs to do some serious work. I know a lot of these teams have 2 days to play, but for teams like Raise Your Edge, they need between 50 and 70 points to do well. That's at least 2 high kill wins, so we shall see if they can make that happen. To see the next EU PCS Charity Showdown roundup from me, be sure to hit that subscribe button along with the bell so you don't miss out. And while you're down there, don't forget to click that like button, and why not also leave me a comment. If you enjoy playing PUBG as much as watching, then I have a video for you to help you gain the edge by crouch jumping through windows. That's it from me today. Skeletorus out.